Our first question is from Ginny Andersen.
Exactly how many students are currently attending charter schools?
Around about 1,600.
Okay. And how many charter schools are there in total right now?
There must be around about 16, I would say.
So how much has been spent since the reintroduction of charter schools on charter schools? And if possible, can we get that down to per capita spend?
Yeah, so first of all, there's been a very misleading attempt to try and make the setup costs the per student amount. I would liken it to opening up a restaurant and saying it costs $10 million to open the restaurant. They serve 10 pizzas on the first day and saying, oh, well, obviously the pizzas cost $1 million each. Any sensible person would say, well, how long is the restaurant going to be around for? How many pizzas is it going to serve per day in the future? And then calculating the cost per pizza from that. I think the way that people have tried to misrepresent the early days of charter schools, when, of course, like any organisation, any activity, you're going to spend more per person than over the 10 years of the contract. That kind of misleading activity is precisely why the government is so committed to improving numeracy, including amongst young people who could grow up to become opposition MPs.
Taking on board that kids aren't pizzas, are you prepared to give us the information that we've asked later at a date about how much has been spent since the reintroduction of charter schools on charter schools? Are we able to have
that is published in the estimates paper. So again, I'm happy to help the member use the internet. But in terms of our children pizzas, they're not. What I was using as an analogy, where you compare two things that are different to show a common concept.
How much on average has been spent on each charter school since they were founded?
Well, again, that is a question for the people that work in the charter school agency. However, we know from the analysis that they've produced that it will be the amount spent per student times the number of students.
Can you give us that figure?
Yes, it's slightly less than is spent on a student in a state school, depending on whether it's primary or secondary. In each case, it's about $400 less per year per student. That is the true comparison over the 10 years that they're contracted for. Right. And any attempt to provide cherry-picked or misleading figures I think is just doing a disservice to the standards of political debate in New Zealand.